And like I said, my name is Stacie Stiletto, and I teach from the privacy and comfort of my own home. When I teach, I go by Nikki the Teacher. I have a bachelor's degree in early childhood education with a minors in communication. I have a master's degree in education with a specialization in ESL. And in the fall, I will be enrolled full-time to get my PhD in education. I am currently there we go. Let's switch this. I am currently contracted with 7 companies: VIP Kid, I Tutor Group, GoGo Kid, Say ABC, Dada ABC, Cambly, and Native. Okay, no sound. Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, if you cannot hear me, try leaving out of the live and then entering it again. Okay, awesome. I'm glad you can hear me. But yes, I am currently contracted with 7 different ESL companies. And yes, all except for Native, I actively work for each of these companies. Native, they're still on the fence about what they're trying to do company-wise, so nobody has really started with them. But there are about 1,500 to 2,000 teachers that are contracted with Native, and we're all just sitting around twiddling our thumbs. But again, like I tell you on everything that I do, we don't work for free. So instead of sitting around waiting and jumping through hoops with Native, all of us have decided to get contracts elsewhere until Native gets their act together. I don't know why it's not coming. Okay, there we go. These are the frequently asked questions that I get. What is ESL? ESL is you're teaching English as a second language to non-native speakers. The same way I am going live right now talking to you guys, I do the same thing for work. And yes, I teach from Bikini Bottom. Every morning, every night, my schedule kind of fluctuates because I work for so many companies, so I'm up and down all night long. But essentially, I teach in Bikini Bottom every night. Do I have to pay anything up front to do this? You don't have to pay a dime. If they try to make you pay something, it's a scam and you need to run. You don't have to pay anything to teach from home. The companies will not necessarily train you. They kind of expect you to know what you're doing, but I'll go more into that later. But you shouldn't have to pay anything to teach from home. Do I have to sell anything? People have asked me, do you have to get your own classes, get people to sign up? No, you literally just show up and teach. You don't have any products to sell. You don't have to pay any money up front. You literally show up and teach. Can I really work from home doing this? Yes, you can. I don't leave my house to do this. I teach from the comfort and privacy of my own home in Bikini Bottom every night. Do I have to create a lesson plan? No, ma'am, you just show up and teach. Lesson plans are provided for you. However, depending on the company, like Cambly is a free talk platform. You're having a conversation. On the rare occasions, I do have students who want actual lessons. So I do create lesson plan for them only because I'm a little OCD and I'm a little extra and over the top. But just starting off, fresh out the gate, just let me get my bag and go. No, you do not have to create any lesson plans. And now we will discuss what you will be doing exactly. Because again, teaching from home, people are worried, but I don't have any teaching experience. What do I do? I got you. It's crazy. It never shows up like it's supposed to. Okay, got that. There we go, back to Bikini Bottom. This is one of the lessons that you would teach at VIP Kid. If you look over here where it says A, Let me move this out the way so you can actually see it and get me out the way. Listen. It be late at night, and sometimes I do teach with my bonnet on. Sometimes I do teach with my hair wrapped the hell up because it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's my only class for the night, and I'm not going to put on a full wig and full makeup just to go back to bed. So on the occasion, I do teach with my hair wrapped up and in my pajamas. As you see, I got my nightgown on. But if you look in the picture where it says A, that is where your video feed will be. And when you're teaching, just like you see me in bikini bottom right here down at the bottom, that's where your video feed will be, and that's where your students will see you. And as you see my lovely student Mimi right next to me, I have to cover up her picture because, again, she's a minor, and I don't want you guys sharing any of my children's pictures all over the interwebs. So I'm not going to share y'all's. And if you look at where it says figure B, that's your class time and rewards. You're supposed to give your students stars for good behavior. When they answer a question correctly, you give them stars. And the finished class, that timer will go off. You're supposed to teach for 25 minutes, and you have a timer right there that you can see. Figure C, because you're worried about how to teach and what to do, it gives you the tips on the screen. It tells you what to say and what to do. You're literally just showing up to teach. Figure D, that is where your lesson plan will actually be. Those are your slides. It's like a PowerPoint slide, your lessons. And so with this one, circle and read, I would tell my student, okay, teacher says the word, Mimi, you circle. And I would say fear, and Mimi would circle fear. Fur, she would circle fur. Turn, peer, or whatever the case may be. And then I would have her say the word so I can check her pronunciation. And then when she says the word, I will circle the word. We would reverse roles. Look at E. E is your control pattern, your control panel. That is where you do your feedback. You have to give the student stars and tell them how well they did, what they need to work on, how was their pronunciation. And then you also, for advice, you can leave tips for other teachers. This student likes this kind of reward. When you're working with this student is super active, so you have to get them to sit down and focus. You can switch the lines where it says line 5, because sometimes the video stream is kind of off or the student has a bad connection, so you have to switch the lines. And where it says contact firemen, that is where you contact support for any issues that may arise, because sometimes the children take us to the bathroom with them because they're taking their class on their device, on their phone, on their iPad, on their tablet or whatever, and they will take the iPad to the bathroom. Y'all got kids. Y'all know how they do. And should you accidentally see something, you contact the fireman, say, hey, this kid is being naked. I can't teach anymore, because again, that's child pornography and we don't do that. And your chat box, that is where you can type and chat to the fireman. That is your support. And you can also chat and talk to the student or the parent. You guys have any questions so far before I go to the next slide? Okay, I'm looking in the chat box and I don't see any questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to go to the next slide. Okay, it's not letting me go. There we go. And I'm using ManyCam right now. And I will teach you guys about ManyCam in another live. This is how I add all of my bells and my whistles when I'm interacting with the kids and when I teach for my own company, because you know, I like having my own coins and securing my own bag with no middleman. If you guys follow me on social media, you know I work for companies and I also do my own thing. So when I tutor and I do my own thing outside of the companies that I'm contracted with, I use ManyCam and I use Zoom. But I will teach you more about ManyCam and the ins and outs of ManyCam on another live. Okay, so let me move me out the way so I can show you guys. I'm gonna move me down here. Now I'll move you over here. There we go. Okay, so again, figure A is you and your student. Figure B is your time and when you finish class. Figure C is your tips and how to teach the actual slide you're on. Like this particular lesson, there are 29 slides. Each slide will have tips on how to teach this slide. So this is a try to read slide. So you'll have your children, your child, your student to sound out the letters and then say the words. So for SAT, the first one, SAT, SAT. And you go through the process for SAT, FAT, and DAD, and that's all you do on that slide. It should take you maybe 60 seconds tops on the slide before you move on to the next one. And if you look over on figure F where it says very good, if you look at the bottom of that figure at that section, there's a thumbs up. When you click that thumbs up, you'll have other rewards that you can give your students. Very good, great pronunciation, nice job. And you can let your student know how they're doing in the process of teaching them. So now we're going to talk about the requirements. I totally skipped this slide because I was not paying attention before. So we're going to go back and then we'll go forward. So we're going to talk about your teaching requirements. What do you need to do? What do you need to have? What do you need to be in order to teach from home? You have to be a native English speaker. You have to have you don't have to have a bachelor's degree. Majority of the companies want you to have a bachelor's degree, but there are companies out there who will let you teach without one. And I'm not sure who's listening, but I may know of a way you can finesse one. But you didn't hear that from me, and I promise you, if it ever come back to me, I'm going to tell them you a lie and the truth ain't in you. You definitely need your TESOL certification, and you can get your TESOL certification on Groupon for $19. And watch Groupon because they always have sales, and you can get it on sale for $5. So definitely keep an eye out on Groupon, and don't worry, I will send you links to all of this stuff in the resource list that I will be providing to each of you. And you need to have a year of teaching experience. Listen, don't trip about the teaching experience. You have teaching experience, you just don't know you have it. If you have children and you taught them how to read, you got teaching experience. If you taught Sunday school at a church, you have teaching experience. If you babysat your sister, cousin, baby daddy kids, you got teaching experience. So sit down and figure out when you've ever read a story to a kid, when you've ever taught somebody how to tie their shoe, get your resume together, put that experience on your resume. You have to have a dope resume. Highlight your teaching experience. And again, if you need a dope resume, I got people for that because again, I'm Stacie the Plug. Follow me on all social media. Of course, I gotta plug myself. This is my live. And you need high-speed internet because nobody likes system lags. Teaching online, you have to have a minimum of 10 megabytes upload and download speed. And of course, you need a computer. Technically, for all of the high-paying companies, you do need a computer, and there are a couple of companies that you can secure a nice little bag that will allow you to teach from your phone. And again, I'll give you the list of companies and their specs in the resource list that I'll be providing to each of you. The tech that is required, you can use a desktop or a laptop, Windows or Mac, it does not matter. You need internet upload and download speeds, a minimum of 10 megabytes. You have to have a webcam. Most laptops come standard with webcams nowadays. You may have one or two that don't, but I suggest getting an external webcam because the ones that come built in are super crappy. They're super horrible, especially if you're balling on a budget and you got to get a cheap laptop to start with. The quality is always horrible. But again, you can use that, and then once you make your first check, you can upgrade as you go. You also need a headset. This is my Logitech headset that I use. I also use this for my other forms of employment, but we'll get to that later on a different live. And this one is amazing because it comes with a mute button. That way, somebody come in here like they did previously, or a kid come in here or something, and I have to put my mama voice on and be, you don't hear all of that, and you never know what I was saying. I mean, you see my facial expressions, but then I would turn the slide to something different, so you can't see me, but you totally get how it goes. And you need good lighting. Lighting is imperative because nobody wants to look like a 1992 MySpace picture. Because if I turn off these lights, look at this. You really don't want to take no classes with me, and I'm sitting here with my lighting looking like this. This looks horrible. This is not what you want. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg on lighting. You can, let me grab this light. I'm gonna take this one off so you can see it. Okay, this light right here is a clip-on light that I got from Amazon for like 19-20 bucks. Again, it'll be in the resource guide that I'm giving you guys. And you can bend it. It's a selfie little ring light little thing. It's a little two-piece little selfie ring light. You can bend it, you can twist it. It has different settings. And I have 2 of these. And I clip it right here to the desk. That way, when I turn my lights on, you can actually see me, and I don't look like this. Look at this. This is trash. Why would you want to take a class with me looking like this? Look at this. Let me turn these lights back on. And again, I will have the links and the info for my lights and everything that I have in the resource guide that I'm sending you guys. So I'm going to take a look at the comments right now to see if you guys have any questions, or if you want to come on the screen and actually ask your questions, we can do that also. I'm getting my associate's degree and won't be done until October 2020. I need those websites that don't require a bachelor's degree. I got you, and I will send you the resource list. What is today? Today is Saturday. I have class tonight and tomorrow. So Tuesday, Wednesday at the absolute latest, you'll have the resource list with all the companies. You guys have any questions so far? I know what questions you do have. You may not want to ask it, but I know what you're finna ask me. I know, because this is always my main question whenever I'm doing any research, anything. This is what I need to know. Show me the money. So let me move myself out the way. Let's talk about securing this bag. Your base pay, depending on your company, most companies offer a base pay of between $7 and $11. You also have incentives, participation incentives, just for showing up to class, not doing nothing but showing up, you get extra money. Completed classes, completing a certain amount of classes, you get extra money. And referrals, you get money per referral, depending on the company, it's either $50 or $100. So let's say your base pay is $8 per 25-minute class. There are 2 25-minute classes in each hour. So that means you make $16 per hour. When you add in the incentives for participation, literally just showing up. The same way you showed up to this live tonight, you get an additional $1 per class. That brings your base pay up to $9, which means you're now getting $18 per hour. Completed classes. If you complete 45 plus classes per month, you get an additional $1 per class. That brings your base pay up to $10, which means you now get $20 per hour. And this is with VIP Kid, Go Kid, and Say ABC. But I would say ABC, you get more money because those classes are $15 per class. And this is also with iTutor Group. And I did not include iTutor Group's 45-minute classes because those are $18 per class. But you get the same incentives. And the referrals, yes, I do get a referral for you signing up. However, you guys know I don't do anything simply because I get I do shit because I get a check, but I don't refer you guys because I get a check, because I refer you guys to plenty of companies without getting no referral whatsoever. I legit just be out here trying to see y'all win. But you can secure a nice little bag referring other teachers. What site doesn't require Chrome or Google? A lot of these sites have their own app. Their VIP Kit has their own app that you teach on. You download the app and you teach on their platform. Say ABC has their own platform. Data ABC has their own platform. So again, this will be in the resource list that I send you guys. What are the best hours to work? I can't really tell you the best hours because that depends on you and your situation and what you got going on. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's lifestyle is different. Everybody's home life is different. So what works best for me may not work best for you. Just like this month alone, I've been doing the 7K mission until I got benched or whatever. That's another story for another time. But I've literally worked all 3 shifts. You have your early morning shift, which is for me my 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then you have the night shift, which starts at 8 o'clock and it goes to basically from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's the shift that I've been working all month long. I've worked every shift all month long. In each shift, I get hella classes. So you can pick whichever shift, you can pick your own schedule, you can work it how you want to work it. It's just I can't tell you what's the best because my best is not going to work for you. What if a kid is struggling? How do you note that? You put that in the feedback. When you, after the class is over with, as soon as the class finishes, if you don't have another class, you have to complete feedback for each child. And then you document, he had trouble saying this word, he had trouble saying that word, he needs to work on this, I suggest he do that. And hopefully the parents take heed and listen. Okay, awesome. These little notifications. And hopefully the parents take heed and listen. But if not, you make mental note. You can always go back and review your feedback and what you left. But I have a notebook. I keep a notebook on my table right here. And I'm old school. You can also use a digital note-keeping app, whatever. But for every child that I have ever taught, I have a notebook with their information in here because I like to track their progress, especially if I'm teaching them back to back to back. So I need to know what we worked on, how they've progressed, and what they got going on. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Yo, this is really killing me that my Manicam is doing it. Like, I set all this up earlier so I wouldn't have to do this. And then as soon as I get in front of company, y'all, it want to act up. How to make $2,000 a month. You have to set your financial goals. It is very possible to make $2K a month. You can actually make more than that. I actually make more than $2K a month teaching from home. In order to figure this out, figure out how much you need to make. So we're going to do 2K. And let's say your base pay is $8 per 25-minute class. 2K divided by 8 is 250 classes per month. In order to make $2,000 per month, you need to teach 250 classes. Divide that by 4 weeks. That's 62 and a half classes per week. So we're going to round that up to 63. 63 classes per week. Divide that up by 7 days. I work 7 days a week. You don't have to work 7 days a week. You can work 3 days a week. You can work 1 day a week. But if you work 1 day a week, you're really not going to make 2K. You don't have to work 7 days a week to get 2K. You can figure it out and do the numbers on your own to figure out how many classes you need to teach and when you need to teach them. But at the bare minimum, just teaching from my traditional teach from home schedule, my 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., if I work 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., that's it, that's all, nothing else, I can make a minimum of $2K a month. And that's nine classes per day. 9 classes per day. That's it. That's all. $2,000 per month. But again, I like money. I'd rather be working than sitting around twiddling my thumbs and scrolling. I mean, I know y'all think that I be on Facebook all day, every day. Technically, I do be on Facebook all day, but y'all wouldn't know that if y'all wasn't on Facebook also all day, every day. But in between classes, when I'm sitting here in between classes and teaching the kids, I'm on Facebook. Because again, I work from home. I set my own schedule. I do what the hell I want to do. And that's one of the reasons why I promote the businesses that I promote so heavy and so hard, because I legit do what the hell I want to do. I come and go as I please. Next month, if I decide I want to go do some bald-headed hoe shit with my friends, guess what? I don't have to call nobody and say, yeah, I need the 17th to the 23rd off. I don't have to do none of that. With none of the jobs that I work, I literally just don't open any slots. You literally set your own schedule. Oh, your kid come home and say they have an event next Thursday, but you're scheduled to work next Thursday. Listen, pick up your phone. Let me pull up this app so I can show y'all how easy this is. You just go to your app. Let's pull it up next Thursday. You're not going to be able to see the green parts because of the green screen feature is turned on, but you just toggle those slots on and off, and you are good to go. You don't have to call anybody. You don't have to check in with anybody. You come and go as you please. You literally set your own schedule. Questions that need answers. How do I get started as a person without a degree? There are companies that you can work for that do not require a degree. One of the main companies that I promote, that I've personally worked for, is Cambly. They're essentially you're a phone sex operator without the phone sex with Cambly, because with them you are paid by the minute. You are paid 17 cents per minute, which comes to $10 and $10-20 an hour. And again, with them, you come and go as you please. You set your own schedule. You work when the hell you want to work. If you decide, you know what, I don't want to work today, you just don't log on. Easy peasy. And with them, there's no lesson plans. You talk freely with them, just like I'm talking to you right now. You're talking to them. And it's exactly like we're interacting right now, because right now I'm doing all of the talking and you guys are watching, you're cooking, you're doing dishes, you're yelling at your kids or whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm doing all the talking. On Cambly, it's kind of the same thing, because many of your students either don't speak English for real, or they're just trying the app just to try it because a friend told them about it, or they're so amazed that they're passing the phone around to their mom, to their sister, to their brother, like, oh my gosh, this girl is teaching me English, I can't believe it. So now you're sitting there, hi, my name is Teacher Nikki, 17 times, because they're at a family function and they're passing you around like you're a 40. That's literally happened to all of us at one point in time in our Cambly career. But I love Cambly to pieces, because every day you're talking to somebody new. You're talking to somebody from Germany. You're talking to somebody from Saudi Arabia. You're talking to somebody from Brazil. Let me tell you, them dudes from Saudi, listen. If you trying to get flued out, they're going to fly your ass out. I promise you. Shantae, she's in here somewhere, and she'll tell you, listen, them Saudi men don't be playing. Don't get caught up in the hype, though, because you're here to do a job. But listen, they be fine, and they be trying to fly your ass out. But with Cambly, we have easy conversations. We talk about the Game of Thrones. I talk about Beyonce's homecoming concert. One of my students really loved Beyonce, so we spent the entire lesson talking about Beyonce and her concert. I have one student learning English by watching Friends on Netflix. So I will send him a little message on the Cambly system and say, hey, for today's lesson, I want you to watch season 3, episode 4, and we're going to discuss it. Write down all of your questions, write down any of the words you don't understand, and when you come to class, we'll discuss it. I have him watching Friends for homework. And it's dope. I like Friends. I mean, I didn't like it when it originally aired, but now that I'm an adult and I'm getting paid to watch it, it's actually pretty dope. Cambly, Cambly. Oh yeah, Markeisha, you work for Cambly too. Yes, girl, listen. I'm telling you, Cambly is lit. Oh, and what I love most about Cambly, you get paid every week with them. You get paid every Monday at 2 p.m. Well, I get paid every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It may be different, on the wherever you're from, wherever you're at. But I get paid every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How and where do I get certified? I don't care what company you're with. You are going to need your TESOL certification. And you can get that on Groupon. And don't worry about taking the test, because again, they don't call me to plug for nothing. For a small fee, I may know somebody who would take that test for you. But again, you didn't hear from me, and if it ever come back, I'm going to tell them that you a lie and the truth ain't in you. But you can get with me later about that. Just slide in my inbox and I got you, okay? Are there any ESL jobs that don't require a degree or certification? They all require at least a TESOL or a TOEFL certification. And again, it's both of those, your TESOL and your TOEFL. You don't have to have both. You can have one or the other. I might know somebody who could take that test for you. But again, you didn't hear from me. And most of the high-paying companies do require you to have a 4-year degree. Your degree can be in any field. It can be in medicine. It can be in sports. It can be in arts. It doesn't matter. They just want you to have a 4-year degree. And I might know somebody who knows somebody who can get you one of those on the low. And what companies do you recommend? The certification test is not hard. It is not hard at all. It's the TESOL 120-hour test. You can literally knock that out in one afternoon, put the kids to bed, get you a dope playlist, and you can knock that out in 2-3 hours. The companies that I recommend, definitely Cambly. I recommend Cambly for everybody because they pay weekly, and that's a nice starter company to get a feel for what you're going to be doing. Cambly is a dope starter company. I tell everybody and their mama, start with Cambly, especially if you don't know if you're going to like doing this. I don't want you to invest time and money in not that you have to pay anything up front or anything. You do not have to pay nothing up front, but I don't want you to have to go out and buy a webcam and a headset and this and that and learn how to use Manicam and I don't want you to have to do all the extra shit and then it turns out after 30 days this ain't for you. So if you start with Cambly and you say, you know what, this one's so bad, I like this, I want to do more, I want to actually do this. That's what Cambly is for. That's your starter company to get your foot in the door to try it out. Cambly requires Chrome. I have Chrome on my computer and my laptop. My friend has a Mac and she uses Cambly, and I'm not really sure about the specifics of Cambly right off the top of my head, but all of this will be in the resource guide that I'm sending you guys. And yes, Cambly does play every Monday by 2 p.m. via PayPal. And the rest of the companies that I recommend, VIP Kid, iTutor Group, I recommend all of the companies. There are a plethora of companies out there. Originally, when I started this, I thought, okay, maybe there were 5 or 6 ESL companies out there. But the more I did my research, the more I learned, it's a whole ESL community out there that I never knew existed. And my motto is go to where the money flows freely. Because they're just like with any company, there are dry periods where you just ain't gonna be making no money. I'm not gonna flex. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I always try to be super transparent about my experiences with everything that I do. The holiday seasons are coming up. With VIP Kid, that means a lot of people will experience a lull in bookings because it's the holidays. People are going on vacation. And when you go on vacation, you ain't trying to do no work. You ain't trying to take no classes. You're trying to live your best life. So between December and March, April, bookings will slow down with VIP Kid. Everybody does not experience a drought period during the holiday season, but a good number of teachers do experience a slow period. However, if you work for multiple companies, you don't have to worry about that stopping your check because, again, I'm contracted with 7 companies right now. So when VIP Kid gets slow, I have other companies that I can log into and secure my bag. Any questions before I go on to the next slide? With iTutor Group, you will never experience a lull in bookings. They book 24/7. If you can work 24/7, they will book you 24/7. I've been with iTutor Group since July of last year, and every slot that I have ever opened with them has been booked. I never have an issue with bookings at iTutor Group. Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide. Questions that need answers. Can you recommend a cheap but fairly functional laptop to get started with? Yes, I can. I have about 3 or 4 that's in the resource list that I'm sending you guys. What are the tools and equipment needed? You need a laptop. You need a headset. You need a webcam. You don't have to have the same headset that I have. Many people I don't even have them on hand right now, but you know the headphones that come with your mobile device, your cell phone, your tablet, whatever, a lot of people use those. But again, I suggest getting a headset with a mic, with a mute button. That way, you know, something happens, somebody come in here, it's a loud noise, the dog is barking, you can just and it's easy peasy and you don't have to worry about anything. What do you do to prepare for back-to-back classes? How do you class prep when you have back-to-back classes that may be subject to change? I'm not gonna flex. I have been doing this for a long while. With VIP Kid, I don't prep anymore because I've taught every class possible with them. So now it's just repeating. When you first start, take a look at the slides. As soon as your class gets booked, you are able to see the lesson that you're teaching. Even if you don't do a full-on prep, go through the slides and look at them to see exactly what it is that you're going to be doing. Before, when I first started, I would spend 2-3 hours on the slide. I'd be sitting here with my phone right here. I would record myself going through the motions and teaching it. Honestly, I was doing too goddamn much. It don't take all of that. You have to get out of your own head. Because this is new for you, you're going to be, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I need to be prepared. It's really not all that. I promise you it's not. It's way easier, and you're building it up to be something that it's not, and it's super easy. I promise you, I would not put y'all onto nothing that's going to be tedious and that's going to be hard. Because I believe in living my best life. Yeah, I know I'm trying to be this digital nomad out here in these streets, and I don't want to work for real. All of my jobs allow me to work without having to work for real, if that makes sense. So to prepare for class, definitely take a look at the slides. If you're going to use props, some people use props to interact with the kids. You know, you got your little puppets, You got your little furry little ball thing that, like, when I first started, yeah, I had my props and I had everything in arm's reach. I can just reach and great job. You did it. You did it. Yes to success. Yeah, I had all of the props and stuff that they recommend when I first started, but then I don't have no space for all of this. I don't got the space. And with me traveling as often as I travel, I can't take this stuff with me. So instead of having all of these props and having to take everything with me, I invested in digital props. And let me show you what I mean by digital props. Let's say we're talking about family. We're doing a lesson on family, and I'm explaining to them mom, dad, sister, brother. So, okay, cool. We're doing family. Let me move me out the way so y'all can see. Who is this? This is dad. Who is this? This is mom. Can you say mom? Hi, mom. Oh, who is this? That is baby. Say hi, baby. Who is this? Can you say sister? And they say sister. Do you have a sister? And they say yes or no. Very good. Okay. Who is she to her? Who is she to her? This is mom. Very good. Who is she to her? This is daughter. Very good. Who is she to her? Sister. Very good. These are my digital props. This is my digital family. And of course, you know, I'm a firm believer in Wakanda forever. So of course, they look like me. I mean, I have others also, but I, for the most part, use characters and props that look like me because, you know, I'm a black woman and y'all know how I do. And if we're talking about food, let me go back. If we're talking about food, what is your favorite food? Teacher likes pizza. Do you like pizza? Do you like cheese pizza or pepperoni pizza? Which one? Oh, you do not like pizza? No pizza? Okay. What about, and I'll pull it up. Do you like burger? Yes. Oh, no burger? No? Okay, what about chicken sandwich? Easy peasy. And I have this on my desktop and I have this on my laptop. That way, no matter where I go, I have my props on hand. Which ESL company do you make the bulk of your money with? That's difficult to say. It depends on how I'm feeling because some months I may be feeling VIP kid, so I'm giving VIP kid my all. Other months I'm not really digging VIP kid. I only want to work with children for real. So I'm over at iTutor Group because again, with iTutor Group, every slot that I have ever opened ever in life has been booked. I've never not had a slot booked with iTutor Group. So between VIP Kid and iTutor Group, I flip and flop between those two. Those are my go-to. Go Kid, back when they had the subsidy pay, as long as your slots were open, you got paid for that slot regardless if you were booked or not. So I really didn't put too much time and effort into Go Kid. I was with them because I wanted to not get booked because that was free money. My biggest free money check with them was $1,200. I opened up my slots and I did not teach a single class with them and I still got $1,200. Now I teach maybe 100 classes a month with them because I'm with everybody else. With say ABC Kid, I teach one class a day with them. That is it. That is all. One class every day. And my check is $500 at say ABC. Again, these are just profitable side hustles. So if you're going to do this full time, definitely sit down and play with your numbers and play with your schedule to see how you need to operate. Because again, the way I do things, the way I operate is for me and my lifestyle. It may not fit for you and what you got going on. Some of you guys have traditional jobs where you have to leave the house. So working from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. or 10 a.m. may not be a fit for you. You may have to work in the evening times after you take your kids to soccer, to football, and do homework and everything like that. You do ESL, PSO, ECC, Panty, and Cam. What do you spend all your money on? Strippers and tequila. Like, that is the strangest question. That question blows me every time I see. Like, ain't nobody asking you what you spending your check on. I don't know where you work at. You know, you were seeing that you work at the hospital, you work at the dental hygienist's office. Ain't nobody asking you what you spending your check on. Bitch, bills. That's what I'm spending my check on. No, for real though. I'm blowing my check on strippers and tequila. I'm doing bald-headed whole shit with my friends. I'm buying wigs. And I'm paying to go to school. You know, I'm getting my PhD in the fall, and these degrees don't come cheap, honey. So whatever little piece of change that I get, I'm essentially paying for books and paying for semesters in fucking college, because I'm trying to be a whole doctor out here in these streets. I don't know what I'm going to actually do with my degree, because since I started working from home and doing the PSO and the ESL and ECC, I've decided I'm never going back into the classroom again. I'm never going to work a traditional job again. I know that I can secure a bag at home and get paid a pretty penny at home in my pajamas. Oh, bitch, it's a wrap. Traditional employment is gone for me, but I am going to continue my degree because I've started this journey or whatever. But even I'm looking at this degree side, I like, bitch, I don't need to be a doctor to do PSO. I don't need to be a doctor to do ESL. But anyways, I am going to finish my degree because I finish everything that I start. And yeah, I'm spending my money. I'm blowing my money. Living my best life. Yes, paying for college out of pocket because I do not qualify for financial aid. I have maxed out with financial aid. They told me, you need to run us some money first. So yes, I am paying for school out of pocket. So if you want to support me and my educational endeavors, when you see my post on social media, share my shit. Okay? That's how you can support me. Share my shit when you see it. Likes, comments, and shares are not required, but they are always greatly appreciated. Just share my shit. That's all I ask. Let's go to the next slide. Do you guys have any questions? Do you have any questions? You can unmute yourself and we can talk if you want, or you can type in the chat box. Well, I am so glad that you are really enjoying this, Tiffany. I really appreciate you guys being here. You guys feel free to ask me any questions. Let me put me back on the screen so y'all can see me in this process. You are so welcome, honey. You know, I share all of my shenanigans with you guys. I don't charge you guys for doing this. And which is, you know, I be feeling some kind of way because I tell y'all all the time, my bitch don't work for free. Stacie does not do free. But although I don't do free, I do believe in supporting Wakanda and helping Wakanda, you know, the Black community. Because I know what it's like having to make that phone call, Nate, I'm in a bind. It is my mission to make sure nobody else has to make that phone call. So whatever profitable side hustles that I run across, I am going to share with you guys. I will always keep it 100 about my experiences. I will always be transparent about my experiences. Just like me telling you, you will experience a slow period with VIP Kid. There are recruiters out here who's just trying to get your referral money, and they're going to tell you, oh yeah, bookings are great. You're going to be booked. And listen, as women of color, especially being Black in this industry, we don't do nearly as good as they do. I mean, I'm securing a bag because the bitch would not be out here telling y'all about this if I wasn't securing a bag. But the bag that they're securing versus the bag that I'm securing is like, bitch. But there are recruiters out there who won't tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. They'll just paint this beautiful picture like, oh my gosh, it's so great, it's so wonderful. But then you sign up and you join, and bitch, you've been in this industry 90 days without a single booking. You're looking like, well, bitch, you told me that this shit was popping. What the fuck happened? Now you looking at her ass sideways, and her ass is in the wind. When I started this journey, when I decided to become an ESL teacher, I came in with the mindset of knowing, okay, it's a possibility that I might not see a single booking my first 90 days. So my first 90 days, I didn't focus on bookings. I wanted to make sure that I had my profile right. I wanted to make sure that I was taking workshops to actually learn how to do this. I was taking the steps necessary to set me up for success. And that's what set me apart from the other people who signed up around the same time that I did. Because me and about 10 other girls signed up at the same time. Their recruiters told them, oh my gosh, it's so great, it's so wonderful, yada, 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 yada. I did my own homework, my own research, so I knew there were certain things that I needed to do first in order to secure the bag that I'm trying to secure today. And again, all of this is going to be in the resource guide that I'm sending you guys. And one of my biggest concerns was, okay, when I first seen it, every video that I seen, everything that I read, it was some white girl talking about VIP Kid. It was some white girl talking about teaching ESL. Some white girl talking about teaching from home. I never seen anybody that looked like me talking about this. I would ask family and friends, hey, what do you know about teaching ESL? Hey, what do you know about teaching from home? Every answer that I got, oh, that's some white people shit. Black people don't do that. What you mean black people don't do that? I don't understand. But nobody could tell me anything, so I had to do my own research, and upon doing my own research, I was able to link up with other teachers of color to tell me about the industry, to tell me, okay, you need to do this. Because we're black, we have to do this. Oh, you want to get some bookings? Okay, let me tell you the secret to getting bookings. You need to operate and do it like this. That is why I share my experiences, because everything that I'm doing, everything that I've done, whenever I post it on Facebook, people are like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that existed. Yo, I thought that was some white people. Like, bitch, you really out here getting it. You really out here securing the bag. Like, my biggest concern, being black, whatever, when I was talking to all these white girls, they were telling me, yeah, join up, use my link and sign up. Okay, cool, but I need to ask you. Well, I really can't ask because you're not going to know, but let's say, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing my twist out for tomorrow so my curls can be popping because the bitch is natural under this here wig. But, bitch, can I teach in my bonnet? The white girls looked at me and their first question was, what the fuck is a bonnet? It's not 1892. Who the fuck wears a bonnet? Yeah, see, this ain't gonna work for me. I almost did not apply because there was no teachers of color available to answer my questions. This is why I share what I do online as often as I share it online, and as feverishly, is that the word? That's the word I'm gonna go with. As I do online, because we need to know that these opportunities exist. Let me look at these comments, these questions. I got pregnant a year ago, and how to make some of those phone calls, and it was listen. Them phone calls, bitch, I know. So if I can prevent anybody else from having to make that call, oh, bitch, I'm sharing this shit all up and down social media. How do you get the green screen? Okay, let me show you how I do my green screen. Let me show you. This is a green piece of fabric from, where did I get this from? Walmart. When I'm not using this one's all raggedy. Listen, don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. Mind y'all business. I'm trying to put y'all on some game. Don't y'all be out here in these interwebs judging a bitch. Let me show you my raggedy ass Dollar Tree tablecloth for $1 that I've been repurposing and reusing over. Yes, I know it's time to get another one. I forget every time I go though. This is my raggedy dollar tablecloth from the Dollar Tree. I've had this since I started teaching. Yes, it's raggedy. It's holding on for dear life. So you can go to Dollar Tree and get you a dollar green tablecloth. You can go get you a piece of fabric to get you green screen, and this will allow you to use the green screen function. And then I use a program called ManyCam, and that allows me to teach in Bikini Bottom, because when I turn it on, I'm back in Bikini Bottom. And you have no clue where I am, where I'm located. All you see is Bikini Bottom. I have a backdrop stand behind me because there is no wall behind me. It's the rest of my bedroom behind me. But if you teach and you have a wall behind you, you can just tape it up to the wall. Or you can get some green poster board. Or you can, if you're feeling fancy, you can paint your wall green. But I'm not going to do all of that. Go to the Dollar Tree. Get you a green tablecloth. Go to Walmart or Joann's or Hobby Lobby. Get you some green fabric. And you can use that as your green screen. And with ManyCam, that's you can download that. That's going to be in your resource guide also. And you can I'll show you. I'll go live, or we can do one-on-one sessions, and I'll show you guys how to use ManyCam so you guys can get the green screen. And yes, I teach from Bikini Bottom because all of my little babies love SpongeBob. I don't know why they love SpongeBob, but they really love SpongeBob, and they get a real kick out of me teaching from Bikini Bottom. I had a snorkel here. I don't know. No, I know what happened to that snorkel. A community bay came over and things got weird. But usually I have a snorkel here somewhere, and I'll put my snorkel on and I'll teach with my snorkel on because, you know, I'm in Bikini Bottom, underwater, snorkel. Anyway, this is just something to amuse me, and the kids get a kick out of it. Do you guys have any questions? And if you see me looking down, it's because the way I'll send you a picture of it also, the way my computer is set up, I have my computer sitting on a stand and my webcam is up here, but the screen is here and the chat box is here, but my webcam is up here. Where did I get my digital props from? There is a website called Teachers Pay Teachers. You can, go there. They have free things that you can download. They have cheap things you can download for $2 or $3. And I go there and I get props and I get cute little things. I put them in different folders, like for my family. Let me pull ManyCam back up. For my family, I think this one was maybe 99 cents for the whole family. And I got the mom, the dad, grandpa, grandma, and I have brother, sister, and then 2 babies. And I got this from Teachers Pay Teachers. And for my little family, it was really cheap. It was like next to nothing. And you can also, you did not hit, listen. Y'all didn't hit, y'all know I try to plug y'all or whatever, but you didn't hit us for me. Word on the street is you can also get some stuff off Google, you know, but you didn't hit that for me. But yes, there have been teachers known to download a thing or two from Google to use as a digital prop. Or if you're fine with the graphics, you can create your own graphics. Or you can, you know, depending on what you need and how you operate. Matter of fact, there are a few teachers who actually make digital props and cute little things for the low. So I'll put her information in here also, and I'll put the Teachers Pay Teachers in here, and you know, you got Brother Bear here. My monster rewards, I have cute little monsters. When my children are acting up, I tell them my monster is going to eat them. So I have to have my little monsters on the screen. Every time they act up, I'll put a monster on the screen and I'll take a star away because my monsters eat the stars. And they really get a kick out of them. And these monsters, again, I got from Teachers Pay Teachers, and I think I paid $2 for this. And I got like I got 12 monsters. I got some backgrounds and some other stuff, but I only use the monsters. I don't use the digital backgrounds because it really didn't look like nothing for me. But the monsters was really cute, so I used the monsters. Do you guys have any questions? I'm ready to jump back on now that school is back in sessions. Get it? Yes, listen. Definitely. Listen, you guys. I want everybody to sign up for Cambly. Start with Cambly. Get your foot in the door to decide. Because Cambly, you don't have to have your TESOL certification. You don't have to have your a degree. Long as you can speak English, you can teach on Cambly. So before you invest in anything, start with Cambly to see if you like this. Once you get on Cambly, you start making little coins. You get a little coinage in your pockets. And you decide, hey, you know what? This is for me. I want to upgrade. I want to do more. Then branch out to other companies. Because I hate to waste time and waste money. So Cambly is dope because you're not going to feel like you've wasted anything with them. Essentially, it's all profit with them. Versus these other companies, you have to learn how to teach. If that makes sense, and I'll send you the links to some videos to teach you how to learn how to do TPR and all that other stuff. But with Cambly, it's easy peasy. You literally just show up and teach in the same way we're having a conversation right now. I mean, I wish we were having a conversation right now because none of y'all asses was talking to me, but it's cool. I love y'all anyway. Love you. Mean it. But the same way we're having a conversation right now is the same thing that you're going to be doing on Cambly. You're having a casual conversation versus the other platforms you're actually teaching. What about GoGo Kid as a starter? GoGo Kid is a clone of VIP Kid. I mean, if you've seen the VIP Kid commercials and videos and stuff, GoGo Kid is essentially the clone of VIP Kid. And they're no longer doing the subsidy where you're just getting money just for opening up slots. Now you actually have to teach with them, but their platform is so interactive. It's like VIP Kid and Say ABC had a baby, and it's GoGo Kid. And their lessons are similar to VIP Kids. Their base pay is between $7 and $11. You teach 2 25-minute classes per hour, and they're mimicking VIP Kid. But what I love about them is, even though they've gotten rid of the subsidy pay for where you're just getting money just for existing with them, once you get over 100 little points, every time you teach a class, you get a point added to your little point system. You get more money. They'll increase your pay by 15%, 20%, 50% per class. So they're dope also. Do you have any more questions? And again, I'm looking right here at the comment section, and my camera is up here, so I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you guys. It's just the placement of my camera. That way, when I'm teaching, I can actually look at my kid, and it looks like I'm looking directly at them. My camera is here, but with the Zoom platform, the chat box and stuff is down here. And if you guys don't have any questions, we can essentially wrap this up. Is there anything you need me to go back over? If there are any of the slides you want to see again? Somebody walked in talking, so you don't want to... Oh, go ahead. Ask your question. I got a little piece of time left before I have to teach tonight. Ask your question. This is what I'm here for. You can either type it in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and ask. Yes, I am using a green screen. Let me go back to it so you can see it. This is my green screen. This is a piece of fabric that I got from Walmart. And prior to me using this piece of fabric, I was using a tablecloth. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all again, don't be judging me on these interweb streets about my raggedy tablecloth, okay? This was the first tablecloth that I got to test out my green screen when I first started my ESL journey. So yes, I used to use a plastic tablecloth from the Dollar Tree. Let me turn my green screen on. And with my raggedy plastic tablecloth from the Dollar Tree, it works as a green screen. See? Now you see me. Now you don't. Easy peasy. Can you give some tips on extending lessons if you finish the lesson? Yes. I extend all of the lessons. Let me go back to this slide. So like this, there's nothing too strenuous on this slide. You are going to finish early. If you just have them circle and read and circle. Oh gosh, let me fix that. If you just have them circle and read and circle, you will finish early. And you are going to finish too early and you're going to be sitting there with 10 minutes on the clock looking crazy. So what I do is, in addition to having them pronounce the word, circle the word, we spell the word, we use the word in the sentence, and then we talk about the word. So let's do fear. Can you say fear? Fear. 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 Can you spell fear? Then I'll spell it. Can you use fear in a sentence? Teacher, I don't know what fear is. Listen, you know what fear is. Stop playing with teacher. They use it in a sentence. I ask them when they felt afraid. And I do that with all the words to extend class time. What program are you streaming through? Can I use OBS? I have not used OBS with teaching. I'm using a, I guess you can. I have OBS and I use it for my, when I actually go live on Facebook versus doing Zoom. But I haven't used OBS for teaching. I use Manycam, MANYCAM for teaching. But I will try out OBS and I'll let you know. But essentially, you could use OBS for teaching. You know, they work the same way or whatever, so you can use OBS. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. And with the lessons, I always, when I do mentor recruits, I call them recruits or whatever because I'm not necessarily recruiting them, but when I do mentor them and I teach them how to do this and I help them get hired, I do teach them how to finesse and extend the lessons, especially working with ITG, iTutor Group, because you'll have 13 slides and you have to teach those 13 slides for 25 minutes. And that may not seem like a big deal, but when you're working with VIP Kid, Go-Go Kids, say it, anybody the fuck else, everybody else has 29, 32 slides per lesson, and then iTutor Group show up with 13 slides. And sometimes it's one word or one sentence on each slide. So with iTutor Group, you're going to have to learn how to finesse the fuck out of them lessons. But what I love iTutor Group to pieces. Their lessons suck, but I like that I'm able to finesse the lesson because you can pull up pictures the same way I got pictures and stuff on the screen. I'm transitioning slides and I'm pulling up my little dolls and my little characters. You can finesse the fuck out of iTutor Group's lessons. So although I taught a whole fucking lesson one time on Justin Bieber. It was crazy. But I was able to finesse that lesson. We started talking about different careers in the music industry, different genres. I can pull up people who do rap, who do reggae, who sing country. Listen, I had a whole class debating on who was the greatest rapper ever, Biggie or Tupac. With iTutor Group, you can do some real life finessing. With the rest of the companies, there's really no time to do extra finessing. You can finesse this slide and do what's on this slide, but to really dig deep and to get in there, you don't have that opportunity with these companies like you do with iTutor Group. So they all have their flaws. I have friends who can't stand iTutor Group at all, period. They say it's the worst experience in their life. I love them. I love them to pieces. I got friends who love iTutor Group but can't stand VIP Kid. Again, I work for both of them, so I'm not really biased, but I see their points for each of them. You just have to figure out what works best for you. Each company is not going to be for you, which is cool because there's a plethora of companies out there. You have your option to pick and choose where you want to work. Do you guys have any other questions? Nobody wants to jump in and actually talk to me and ask a question. Let me go to the next slide. This is the first one.
Actually, I have a question about something real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
I am a behavior interventionist at an early childhood center, so my hours are pretty much like from 7 in the morning to 3 o'clock at night. Not at night, in the afternoon. And I know you kind of went over like what's the best hours to work and stuff, but like with the slots, how do I like say when I'm available for slots? Because I know for me it's going to be in the afternoon.
Depending on the company that you're working for, you just toggle your own slots.
Okay.
The slots are 25, except for iTutor Group, because they do offer 45-minute classes, mm-hmm. and say ABC's classes are 45 minutes. But everybody else, their time, their teaching slots, your class time is 25 minutes. So you set your own schedule. Okay, so you get off at 3 o'clock. You still got to drive home. If you got kids, you got to do homework. You got to do bath time. You got to do dinner. So you actually won't be able to sit down and actually teach until maybe 9, 10 o'clock at night once you finish doing whatever else you got to do. So you just go in your app, pull up your, what the hell did I do with my phone? You pull up your phone, pull up the app, and then you swipe the times that you're available on. And if something were to change, you go back into the app and you turn it off.
Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome. You guys have any other questions?
How do you organize yourself between all these companies? Because I salute you. That's a lot. The bag is already secure, but how do you organize yourself between these companies?
I use Google Calendar. And as soon as I get booked for a class, I put that class into my Google Calendar, and it's also on my iCal for my iPhone, and I have them synced that way. If it shows up on Google Calendar, it's going to show up on my iCal. If I put it on iCal, it's going to show up on my Google Calendar. And as soon as I get booked for a time slot, I just got to book for short notice. Oh, short notice is more money. You get an extra $2 per short notice class. Short notice class at VIP Kid means that they can book you up to 24 hours ahead of time. So it says you have been booked for a short notice class, August 25th at 1:30 a.m. So that means tonight, can y'all see that? No, y'all can't see it. That means tonight at 1:30 a.m., I have a class. So what I'll do, as soon as I get finished here, I'm going to put it in my calendar, and then I'll open up the apps for all the other companies that I have time schedules available with, and I'm going to close that time slot. And the frenzy for VIP Kid is Sunday nights, and that's when parents are able to go into the system and book classes for the next 2 weeks. So when I wake up Monday morning, I'll wake up to about 147 to 200 classes booked with VIP Kid alone, and whatever doesn't get booked with VIP Kid, I'll close those slots and I'll open those time slots with another company. And then the time slots that did get booked with VIP Kid, I'll go to the other companies and I'll close those time slots. So let's say VIP Kid books me Monday from 6 to 10. Every other company that I have those time slots open with, I'm closing all of those slots so I don't get double booked. And let's say Tuesday, I got a 7:30, an 8:30, and a 9:30 at VIP Kid, but the rest of the time, I don't have any classes. So I'll close those time slots with everybody else, and I'll open my availability with the 7 o'clock, the 8 o'clock, and the 9 o'clock classes. Yes, Shantae says she used an actual planner, and it helps, and it does. Let me, in addition to my, dropping stuff. In addition to my Google Calendar, I do have a planner because, you know, I'm traditional. I write everything down on paper first. I have a notebook where I take my notes for all of my students. And then I have my traditional planner that I have every class. This is my teacher planner. Every class that I've ever taught is in this planner. And that's how I keep track of what I got going on and where I am. And somebody created an amazing an online tracker, an online digital calendar or whatever to track where you are, and it's colored. It got all the bells and whistles. But listen, I just need traditional pencil and paper and something easy peasy. I don't need all that extra. But if you want it, I will find the girl who created it and I'll get the download link for it, and I'll include that in the resource guide also. Yep, pencil and paper, real pencil, real paper. And it was something else I meant to tell you guys, but I got sidetracked. Let me go back through these comments real quick. So we talked about the requirements. We talked about the pay. We talked about teaching the actual lessons. It was something else. I can't remember what it was that I wanted to go over with you guys. Okay, you guys, if you guys don't have any more questions for me, I am going to wrap things up because I do have to teach in about an hour. If you guys are interested in teacher merch, there's a couple of girls in the VIP Kid Teachers of Color group who make shirts and stuff, and I'll get you guys her contact information also. I don't particularly wear company merch because I work for so many companies and I'm company hopping. You know, I'll have a 9:30 with this company, I'll have a 10 o'clock with this company, so I don't wear any company merch. All of my shirts say Nikki the Teacher on it because that's what I operate when I'm online. When I'm teaching, I am Nikki the Teacher, so I wear my Nikki the Teacher shirt. That way when I'm teaching with VIP Kid and I log out with them to teach for iTutor Group, I don't have to worry about my chest saying VIP Kid when I go over there. But thank you guys so much for attending this live. I hope you found it to be very informative. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you all to pieces. And as you know, I am here to make sure each and every one of you secure the bag. Should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I will have the resource guide out to you guys no later than Tuesday, Wednesday at the absolute latest. You guys are welcome, and again, thank you so much. Please be sure to tell a friend that Stacie's the plug, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy teaching.